guys, David Loshelder, Dead by Judo. Hey, today we're going to do a video on Osoto Gari versus Soto Otoshi. People mix these up a little bit, so I want to clear up some cloudiness in terms of how to do this. They are similar throws, but they're done differently, and they have different mechanics. Let's give it a shot. All right, so with Osoto, as we step into Osoto Gari, you're stepping next to him, you're pulling this way, and you're throwing like that. Okay, so you throw Osoto Gari, stepping, pulling off to the side, lifting up, and then throwing over like that. And you're reaping through. The Osoto Otoshi is done where you're stepping, same position, you're pulling, but then you're going to step down onto your foot this way, and you're going to drive downward hard with your hands this way, and then you're going to pop your leg. So your foot's on the ground, pop, and then down like that. So let's go over those two. And I'll show you the difference between the two in detail. Okay, I'm going to use this mop, all right, to show you the actual movement with the hands with Osoto Gari. So one of the things you want to remember is when you're moving, you want to move in a circular motion where you're actually pulling the lapel, pushing up, coming up, and then down like that, because your hand's going to pull. And this is your pulling hand. This is your short hand where you're going to pull and push like that, so your lapel hand. So as you're moving, you're going to pull down, up, over, and like a figure 8 movement. You want to get used to this type of movement when you're throwing a Osoto Gari. So as I move, I want to pull down, up, over, and then down. So when you're throwing, you're kind of pull. You kind of pull, step here, and then down like that. So you can get this motion, and this also helps your hip. But people don't use this their hip in Osoto. They just use their leg. So you want to be able to use your hip. So you come down when you're pulling this down in this figure 8 motion. Your hip kind of goes back a little bit, and then as you step, your chest goes forward, and then you come through and throw. So you want to practice this motion like that. So if I have my partner Ethan, so if you think of it this way, if he's holding here like this, I want to be able to move him this way, and you can see his body, his shoulders will also move as I go here like that. And you can see how he leans into it, and that's the motion of the Osoto when you're trying to throw. So you look at the back position here. So this way, here, this way, here, like that. And you can see how he's bent over like this, and the weight is on his back and inevitably on his leg where I want him so I can throw him. So that's kind of the idea with the Osoto. So let me show you with the hands. When you're moving in Osoto Gari, you want to pull this forward first. And the one thing is, like, what I think a lot of people miss with using kind of your hands is they really miss the lapel. And I think this surite position needs to be practiced more, because this has a lot of action. We usually focus a lot on this pulling and pushing with the hikite, the long pull, and that gives a lot of attention, but we kind of miss this motion where you're actually moving around and you're able to kind of control his shoulder and his neck and his head like that. So I think practicing more of this is going to be pretty important, because you got to be able to keep your arm loose and supple, and then be able to move this so you're able to throw someone. So you want to use your hands in concert when you're throwing a Osoto Gari. So the one thing you want to do is pulling and boom. And then this hand comes in to your side, and this arm goes up and over like that. So it's here. So you're going down here. Pull, push, pull, push, pull, push. And you can see as I move, his body turns and he goes like up and over, and he kind of gets stuck in this bit, and that's when the leg comes out. You can take that leg out because he's stuck in this position where most of his weight is on the leg you want. All right? Boom. Boom. Now, what about the legs? Okay, so the legs with this is you want to be able to move in, and you want to not just use your leg to sweep him, but you want to use your body as you come in. You want to use your whole body to come in. So when you're coming in strong with your chest, and you're locking him solidly onto your chest like this, and your hands are pulling him off balance, but your body is coming in like that. And so I want this leg to be bent and be able to spring a little bit, and I want this hip to be able to come through like that. Sometimes what we do is we go like this, we try to just kind of reap like that, which there's no power in that, or much less power, just like this, unless you want to pull up. So when you're coming in, you're pulling up like this, and you're coming forward, and that your hip comes through, and then you come through. So as you can practice it like this, and get the shoulders and the leg together. So and your head wants to be forward. You don't want to be bent over like this. It's too weak. You want to be straight up, and then here. And you're using this motion like that. So there's much more power that way when you're doing a Soto Gari, right? So as I come through, I'm coming through this way. And now, what you want to be able to do is practice having your hips come all the way through here like this, like that. And one of the ways to practice this particular technique and to get it right is have your hips come through and then just load them up on your hip backwards like that. That'll teach you how to throw it with your body. So from here, as I come through like that, it's also like using your hip, then you can toss them over. So from here, I'm stepping and through, and that has your hip come through all the way. Now when you do the throw, you're coming this way as I step. I can come through like that. It's much more power coming downward. So coming here, so coming here. So coming here, like that. So you can see the power is this way as I come through that way, okay? So you got the hands, you got the hips. Now what do you do with the leg? This leg your calf should hit his calf like that. Your toes should be pointed. So as I come out, oh sorry. I can knock him down that way, which actually worked pretty well. So here, I'm coming and I'm going calf to calf, pointing my toe, and as my hip comes through and my body contacts with his leg and his upper torso, I can have his leg come right out. If your leg is a little bit high, like this, it's harder to get his leg up because he can bend it, he can lift it up. He'll lift it like that. And you'll see that a lot. When someone gets into Osoto, they'll be so high that they'll be like this, like an Uchimata, okay? What you want is your calf on their calf, toes pointed, and then I could take his leg out like that, okay? So then you can drive down. So that's the Osoto Gari. You gotta put everything together. So you have your hands, stepping. Oh, the other thing too is when you're stepping, sometimes people step too shallow. They step in front and they can't reach it. You want to be able to step next to his foot, bend your leg, so then you can pull your hips through like this. And then you can throw like that. If you're too shallow, it's harder to reach. You have to step into it. You don't get the power. Or sometimes you go past, then you're going to get countered because you're backwards too much. You can get thrown backwards. So you want to be careful. You want to be right next to his foot, the pressure on the knee, and then you're going to pull him off balance. Only then can you pick your leg up and throw him. Okay, that's Osoto Gari. All right, the next thing is Osoto Otoshi. Osoto Otoshi, quite a popular throw. It's done a lot in competition because it's more of a drive. So this one's Otoshi. So the Osoto Gari is a reaping, Otoshi is dropping. So let me show you that. Same hand movement with Osoto Otoshi, except the leg's different. So as I step, I'm still gonna lock him in the same way I did with Osoto Gari. And that's why I spent so much time on it with the Osoto, because I want to make sure that's done correctly. And now once you get to here, now what you want is you want to pick up your leg like this. You're going to pick up your knee like you're going to knee somebody in the face, and then you want to drive downward and then you stomp down like this. So your leg goes up and then stomps downward, and as it stomps downward, you drive your fist down to the ground, and your other hand pulls in. So it's kind of like a karate punch if you think of it that way, where you retract here. So this way, you're kind of boom, and then bam, like that. And then your head follows down with your fist, and you can see the Otoshi ends up like a Tai Otoshi, right? Because you're driving this way. Tai Otoshi is down. Osoto Otoshi is down, but it's a little bit more. The curve is a little different because you're going straight down this way. So you're going to throw your shoulder into it. So from here, I come in, I lock him in, make sure that weight's on that leg, up, and then down. And you can see my leg drives right through, and I'm cutting his leg out. As this leg comes in, it cuts through his leg like that. I come up and then cut right through, and that drives him down. So as he's off balance, as I step up and then down like that. So that's classical style Osoto Otoshi. You want to remember that when you're stepping through, pulling down, driving up. Now this leg comes up, and then you drive straight through onto your toes, balls of your feet. Here. 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 Like that. And that's the Osoto Otoshi. That works really well. All right, so that's Osoto Gari versus Osoto Otoshi. Very similar. A little different with your leg, but for the most part, all the rest is the same. If you like this video, try this one here, subscribe here. I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, I got some exciting news. I want to let you know that I've written a new book. It's called Unstoppable, 21 Secrets to Conquer Obstacles and Achieve Greatness. Super proud of it. So there's a link below. Click on that link. They'll take you right to the book, and I appreciate your support. See you in the next video.